actually cannot believe that they've spent £15 million on transfers in January. This has got to be a record for that kind of spending.
Into the black hole. Sing for my soul.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Sunshine on Leyth. If you're still enjoying it, drop a like. That'd be lovely. So, today, we haven't had a lot of time off camera, obviously, because last game was Saturday. Today's Tuesday, and we're playing Cheltenham Town, who are 7th place in the league. We've sort of consolidated ourselves a nice little caveat at the top of the league now, which is useful, but we can't really let it go for granted. There's still 16 games to go. We're in a very good position, and I think we need to just sort of be... I think we could afford to be slightly worse than we are and still probably win the league, or at least get automatics, but I do want to keep this kind of intensity up and see what we can kind of accomplish with this team. Especially, sorry if you can hear a loud dog. Me who's getting annoyed at the neighbour's dog for barking too loud. Not your fault, man. I know, I'm sorry. It's all in there. I've been watching this man for 4 years now, apologising for neighbours mowing, dogs, cats, and all sorts of background noises. In fact, I've never heard any of them. Trust the mic. Okay, so what it is that they're actually there. I edit them a lot out. And actually, the reason I had that audio issue with Liverpool was because I've been using noise cancelling software on my mic, and sometimes it just crashes. And it doesn't show any signs that it has, and then you just get no audio. But what often happens is, because I edit with speakers, not with headphones, it's hard to tell what you can and can't hear. And it might be, if you watch it through a TV, you'll never hear any kind of background noise, ever. But with headphones, sometimes you can pick it up. And, you know, I always want things to be perfect. Odds of Whitport going up and Blackhaven taking their place in League 2 are not so slim anymore. I think... Obviously, things have changed a little bit since then. They've won again. They beat 6th place Sunderland at the Leyth Investments Authority Stadium. They are looking pretty solid now. They are comfortably, they're on 37 points, are winning hand over fist. I think Neil Ardley's really got them purring. Does make you wonder what Stepanek was doing wrong, to be honest, other than everything. Forest Green's proposed stadium is genuinely made from sustainable materials. It's almost entirely built out of wood. That seems like a fire hazard, I've got to say. But even my joke turned out to be correct about Forest Green. Right, no bush to be beaten around. Let's crack on. Cheltenham today. Oh, wait. Oh, hello. Darius Vassell is managing Cheltenham Town now, which is pretty cool. We've got a dead heat record. 1 win, 1 draw. Let's see if we can make it 2 wins. And CT is looking fresh, to be fair. I mean, he's always looking fresh. You know what I mean, though. We're going to start Michael Lee at left back today, though, because he's actually played sensationally well this season. And even when he's at left back, he still has such a great attacking presence that I'm happy to put him and Morton in the team together. Everybody else, though, totally cool with that. CT's one of the fresher players because we got him off early. Kai Knight will have to play. I think we got a little rest before the next game after that, which is actually against Stevenage, who are struggling. So you never know. As for the bench, I think I'm just going to leave things as they are, to be honest. Oh, a 4-4-2 for Cheltenham. You know what that means. It's Ridge Easter time. Or Rich Easter, in this case. Good to see that Cheltenham have got Happy Gilmore in the midfield, too. Let's have this. Let's go and grab another victory. Why the hell not, eh? I like our chances, given the Rich Easter. Let's move forward. See how he does today. These are the types of games where he really does flourish, because he can just sort of, he can basically move into this sort of position and just find so much space to spread passes left and right. And with the likes of Johnson and Morton doing their thing, and with CT getting in behind, he's got a plethora, like a proverbial smorgasbord of things to look at. In fact, I don't actually think we've done anything except win in... Well, there we go. Jacob Wakeling gives us the lead after 7 minutes. That was pretty straightforward. 16th goal for the season for Jacob Wakeling now. He's legitimately starting to challenge Curtis Thomas for top scorer in this team now. That's, I think, his 13th or 14th in the league, and CT has 15. He's gone off the boil a bit late. I mean, not even gone off the boil. He's just been injured, but what a ball in. And there's Wakeling through again. 16th of the season. Lovely start. We've genuinely, I don't think, lost a game where I've played a register against a 4-4-2, which you might think is like a small sample size, but I'm pretty certain it's happened like 7 times already this season now. We just look so composed against them. That was poor, though. We're looking a bit suspect. Johnson with a huge tackle. He's won it back. Can he go past another man? He can't. He's dragging a lot of players out of position, though, which could give us some space if we can find Richardson. Morton to Lee now. Such an attacking-based left side here. Morton again. Richardson's there. And across for Curtis Thomas. And that's basically the same goal twice. This time it's Dave Morton with the goal, with the assist for Curtis Thomas. 18th of the season for him. We're 2-0 up against Cheltenham Town already. Hey... Even with a slightly tired team in places, we look so patient here, just waiting for the opportunity to arise. And Morton's gone, you know what? I think I'm going to pop one in the box. Curtis Thomas gets in there. Lovely little finish. Keeper probably could do a bit better there. Tips it onto the post, but it's not enough. And it's 2-0 already. I can barely think of anything better than both of our strikers scoring a goal in the first 20 minutes. Sets them up nicely. Gets a bit of confidence. If we can get them both back into form together, that would be scary for everybody else. And he's done well there, Michael Lee, just to put them off. And Wakeling's got it. Can he drop it off to Richardson? You know he can. Ooh, goes back instead, but Thomas will do brilliant. Look at that for a flick on. Wakeling's potentially going to get the shot away here. Might have to go a bit wide. Back for Curtis Thomas, drops it wide. Oh, God, bad news. Kai Knight with the injury. Russell Nevitt might have to come on and play at centre-back, which is... I should have put Alan Collins on the bench. That's a bad one. Hopefully not, though. Vernon's kind of like... Oh, wow. Vernon's basically become Richardson's hype man at times. He's like Bez from the Happy Mondays. A little bit more space creaking into this game. We're giving them a bit more space in the midfield than we would normally. Brooks going to get a tough one here, but Idahan pushes that back into play. Great block, and it's deflected straight into the path of Curtis Thomas. Can he spin? You know he can. Look at this. He's taken 2 of them on. He might be able to find the... Oh, can he pass it? He actually does to Ben Johnson. That would have been an amazing goal. And in addition to that, we're even controlling the possession against Cheltenham today, which is a very big surprise from our standards. I'd also say Richardson probably hasn't even had the best game. It's a rare sort of average to poor performance from him today, but we've been really helped out by just the sheer brilliance of our wide player. That's better. Wakeling round the side for Thomas. Richardson wins it in a great position. Thomas with a good block, but Wakeling again creating good stuff there. And Curtis has still got it. Oh my lord, Morton with the strike. How did he keep the ball there? Another chance for CT to pop one in. Whips it across, and Nevitt is in there. The left back playing at centre back has somehow managed to out jump them and makes it 3-0 with his second goal. Didn't he? He scored against Fylde as well. He's got a few this. How did he manage to win this? There's about 3 defenders around him, and he's still none of them jumped. Russell Nevitt gets the goal. The substitute with it. It's 3-0. Gilmore's ball in again, and good catch from the keeper. Can he find the right ball out? That is the question. Nobody's really made the right run for us. He's going to have to go to Connor Teal, who's found Morton. Can maybe bring the ball out himself here. Once he gets up to speed, he's going straight through the middle. Dave Morton, oh, what a goal! Dave Morton's 6th goal of the season. Okay, he's really starting to find himself some confidence now. Took him a while to get in the team, but this is incredible. The keeper's, Teal finds a lovely little ball, but Morton, he's in his own half here, and the dummy runs from Wakeling and Curtis Thomas take every single defender out the way, and Morton's gone, you know what? Have a bang on that. It's 4-0 to Whitport at Castle Park against 7th place Cheltenham. Insane. Surely there isn't more. Morton could go for goal from here as well, I think. He's got it in his locker. And he has gone for goal here, and Teal can't put it over the line. That was very nearly 5. Absolutely brilliant performance. 4-0 against a team in the playoffs is just insane. Exactly the kind of performances we've needed. And we are really rocking and rolling now. And I think that will be us officially now 9 points clear of dropping into the playoffs with 15 matches to go. Those automatics are looking very, very good. In fact, her league title win is looking very, very good indeed. The lads are coming up clutch. Right, some games off camera. Back in a minute. Right, guys, we're back. We travelled away to Stevenage in our first game off camera. Very, very early on in this one, we managed to give ourselves an early lead. Morton with the knockdown. Wakeling continuing his fantastic form to ping one. Keeper gets a touch on it. Not enough. And then in the second half, Dave Morton again, this time with the goal himself from a free kick. 2-0. Comfortable victory. Really important, though. But in our next game, it was a very strange one. Not a lot of shots in total, but a fantastic performance overall. Very fortunate, though, I would say, to win it by what we did. Curtis Thomas with the penalty. He then whipped a ball in, and Will Harding gave us a 2-0 lead after 30 minutes. There wasn't really a lot going on, but I think our just sheer quality was what shone through in the end. And then again, Curtis Thomas just leading the line, ball across. This time, it was Jed Vernon on the end of it. It was one of those games where we had to rely on our set-piece prowess to get the result. We did still grab a nice little one late on in this one, as Defty was given a little bit too much space and was able to just pop one in, and there was Curtis Thomas to score his second of the game. 2 goals and 2 assists on the night for CT. He is back with a vengeance. He's seen what Jacob Wakeling's been doing and has gone like, you know what, I can do better. Then Grayson did score a lovely free kick for Grimsby, went the complete opposite direction, 4-1 though. They also had some terrible performances, which kind of probably helped us, Shotton particularly. But then we went away to struggling-ish Exeter City and absolutely hammered them. 4-4-2 again, Richardson with the ball through, Wakeling gets in there, shot is well saved, but there is Ben Johnson on the rebound to make it 1-0. We are flying right now. Nobody is anywhere near on the level we're at the moment. And then again, Dave Morton this time. I think Curtis Thomas handballs it here, look. It literally just lands on his arm. I think that should have been ruled out, but he manages to drive through, score another one. He's just so clinical lately. He's found his form again. And when he plays like that, he's unplayable. Michael Lee with the ball in this time, and then Will Harding at the back post this time. For us to score an indirect free kick was really nice. 3-0. And then, well, this is classic. Putman Kitely gets the ball, and this is just a lovely little ball. Just in behind, Curtis Thomas is able to run onto it, score his 4th goal in 2 matches, got 2 assists in the other game too. What a performance, 4-0. And despite 3 wins in a row, our league has actually only been extended to 12 points from that position because other teams were winning around us. Thankfully, though, points were dropped in the last match by some teams, which has started to consolidate the automatics now. We're 12 points above, 75 points on the board, and more importantly, we've pulled a 9-point gap over second place Wimbledon now. But that's not the weirdest thing that's happened. So firstly, little quick check on Blackhaven. As you can see, they have finally lost a match. They lost 2-1 at home to Notts County. Doing us a favour there. But they are sort of flying up the league now. They're now 12 points above the drop zone in their league, with a game in hand as well. But a win in that game against County would have put them on to 47, with a game in hand over Sunderland that could have seen them pull that gap back to the playoffs to only 9 points, which is interesting because they are in insane form. And there's a reason for that. I certainly think there might be. And I'll show you why. This is why. in January, Blackhaven have spent insane money. I actually cannot believe that they've spent £15 million on transfers in January. This has got to be a record for that kind of spending. And they've not done it at any other point. And the fact that they've spent 15 million quid is insane. So you can see the sort of signings they've made. This was all January, all under Neil Ardley. They've obviously given him an enormous transfer kitty and said, you know what, go nuts, Neil. And he has. He signed Owen Palmer from Swansea for £8 million to join a club in League One for 8 million quid. They've got big aspirations. But that does mean the pressure's going to be mounting on Neil Ardley now. He does look like a phenomenal footballer. But Christ, 8 million. They also brought in Fankati Darbo from Wigan for 160k. Joseph Lowe's on loan from from Bristol City. They've got George Dobson as well from Aston Villa. And George Nunn as well from Walsall. But they even spent £5 million on a striker from Sunderland who are in the same league as them. He wasn't getting a game at Sunderland, so they've got Michael Olisa as well at Blackhaven. I think they're going to probably finish the season in pretty strong form. I don't think they'll get towards the playoffs. I think they'll get pretty close at this rate. But I think next year in League One, Blackhaven are going to be an absolute menace with the kind of squad they've got, particularly if they strengthen further in the summer. I imagine they'll be one of the favourites to go up to the Championship next year. But I do still think we'll get a derby because I don't see them managing to qualify for the playoffs this year. You never know, though, with the squad they've got. I'm going to check that first. It is a 4-4-2. Oh, this is going to be fun. Right, let's pick the squad first, though. Let's come back to that in a minute. 1-1. There we go. Come back to that in a minute. Few sort of players slightly struggling, but we want to get through this game. We've got one. There's no matches. I think we've actually got a full-on break after this, too. Morton did pick up a slight cold. It's annoying because he's going to be out for one day, but it's enough. So Michael Lee will come in. What a surprise. It's fine, though. The links are all there. Everything is good. I'm also now going to permanently move Richardson to a Regista now. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen us be consistently this good, which means it's going to come to an end at some point. Hopefully, though, that isn't today, as it's the perfect opportunity for us to go out there and grab yet another victory. I'm not showing any signs of losing. Oh, Johnson's ball through, and Michael Lee with the header. That's the scary thing about this. We're even getting possession now in some games. Nevitt, into the box. Can he dink out for someone? Richardson might be able to cut. So, that was close. Long ball. Thomas can flick it on. Wakeling in space. He's going to have to shoot, and he does. It's poor, but he had no choice there. Thompson, ball in. No, and that's in. Luke Lavery at the back post, and Northampton Town have the lead here. Well, it's been a while since we've conceded an indirector. It was bound to come eventually. We've been so good defensively lately. It's taken free kicks, really. That's the only way we've conceded goals lately. Terrible from Idahan. Like, he could win that, and he just doesn't. Maybe we got overly confident. I don't know. Really? What a save. He had to make that stop. Why have we just given them two ridiculous chances? No, still 1-1. That was a poor first half from us, really, by our recent standards. Not good enough. Not against a team like Northampton, who are bang on mid-table, and we are in insane form as of late, beating everybody left, right, and centre. But you can't keep that up forever, can you? Ball through, Gibbons. Oh, wow, and it's 2. They've actually scored twice. Lovely goal from Luke Lavery there. I mean, no complaints about that whatsoever. We've still played okay. That's the annoying thing. We've just not been clinical today, where we have been so much lately, just putting everything in. And I think it was just one of those times where the inertia's just come back the other way. Look at this, to put that down, straight for Luke Lavery, and now it's 2-0. Wow. And the MK Dons have equalised against Gillingham now. That game's getting kind of interesting. We could really do with a Gillingham win now. Christophe's managed to run the show, despite us trying to take him out of the game, and it's interesting that he's been able to sort of break through us. Putman Kitely does brilliantly, but it's still gone away. And Lavery flicks it on for Gibbons. Whew. They are just, like, we know what we're supposed to do. We're just not doing it. We know who their danger men are, and we are trying to mark them out of the game, but they are actually just able to beat that today. They've just been able to come out on top in those battles. I think we were hoisted by our own petard in this game. We got overly confident against a team that we should be beating, and just didn't turn up. Players aren't following the instructions that they should be. They just didn't do the right job. And Lee has got tons of options here, and he really has just fluffed that, hasn't he? Massively. Putman Kitely, and the option there was completely obvious. Just inside pass, tons of room, didn't find the ball. Curtis Thomas is still going to get a good rating just because he has put in a shift, but the chances were still there. Like, we could have easily scored plenty of goals in this game. We just didn't. And did not defend well enough, unfortunately. People were neglecting their duties. Maybe the tiredness is catching up. I don't know. But it's not a good performance, and we're going to lose 2-0 at home against Northampton Town in a very winnable match. But it does look as though we're only going to be 11 points clear now, which is not the end of the world. It could have been far, far worse for us there, and we're still doing okay. But that was a really good chance to win one, and we were unable to do it. And to lose 2-0 is actually quite a surprise for me, to be honest. Yeah, they really do not deserve a rest after that one. That was a shocker of a performance, to be honest. When you look at the form we've been in lately, I guess we were probably due one. I mean, we've literally scored 2 or more goals in each of our last 6 league matches, and we just couldn't find the net today. It just kind of came back the other way. So, next episode, we're going to start off with Rochdale away. 7th place Rochdale away from home. We need to bounce back with a win there, and then I'm not entirely sure what we'll do after that. Possibly Gillingham, because it's a massive game towards the top of the league. So, if you've enjoyed this, and I hope you have, drop a like on the video. That would be superb. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. That'll be terrific as well. Stream on Twitch on Tuesdays to Thursdays, so go follow over there as well, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Season's winding down, and I still think we're in a very good shot. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Hold your gun, Capybara. Bye-bye.